She's a singer-songwriter. This is where she needs to be. It would be way better for me if she lived in New York.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to let them pursue what they want to pursue.
Mm-hmm.
And that is something that you have to practice every single day, because worrying about somebody or trying to control them does not make you care more. It just makes you focus on what you're worried about.
Mm.
You need to learn how to care about somebody from a calm place where you're not trying to control their every move and where you're not making love transactional. And for a lot of us, I don't think we realized how much we grew up in homes where if you behave, then you get my affection.
Right.
If you do well at school, then you get positive reinforcement. If you're not pissing me off, then I'll be nice to you.
Yeah. I did a 3-month backpack trip by myself in 2012. It'll be the best thing your daughter's ever done, for sure.
Yeah.
It's first off, it got me really addicted to traveling. So that was a good thing about it. But the thing that I love most about what you just said is I have a really good friend, and his mom, I have lots of different friends, and sometimes I can see how parents will try to control their children outside of the house based off of fear. Like some of my friends, they're like, my mom, and people write into me and send me messages. She'll send me all of these fear things every single day and try to scare the shit out of me as me trying to protect you is kind of the lens that they try to say it through. And it's a lot of fear. And then I have my best friend, his mom says all the time, she's like, my children didn't come to the world for me, they came through me. And I think that what's important about what you're saying is that love becomes very transactional for a lot of people in the relationship with their parents, which is when you act
and
the way
their
that
spouse,
and
their friends,
because it becomes a proxy for their parents, right? And so we learn that if you are the person that you always have been and you show up the way that I want to, then I will love you. But if you show up a different way as somebody else, I'm going to fight you. I'm going to bring you down. I'm going to tell you why that shit is wrong so that you can become the person, that you can stay the person who you've always been before. And I see this a lot. I'm curious with you if you see it as well. A lot of times I'll get people that write into me and they say, hey, I'm really into personal development. I'm new on this journey, but my husband or my wife is just talking so much shit about it. They're just saying, stop going to the gym, and maybe they're insecure about it. And one of the things that I've been saying to people is like, yeah, there's probably a fear inside of them because you're killing the person that they love in their mind. And it's about having the conversation of being like, hey, this is the route I'm going. This is why I'm going. I would love for your support on it. But I'm curious with you, with the children specifically, when you notice those feelings come up, you notice the old triggers, you notice yourself wanting to say something. What is the actual thing that you do? Do you take a deep breath? Do you pause? Do you and then just say, shut the fuck up?
No, I just like put myself in pause.
Yeah.
I catch it. That's what I do. Like I use the 5-second rule now more in my life to pause than to push.
So it's like the reverse of what it used to be, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you can use it both ways. And that's why it's really effective with addiction and with PTSD.
How so?
Well, because you're counting backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
It puts a pause in between whatever it is that just triggered you and your response. So the counting settles your body and it switches gears from where the trauma response is taking you or the anxiety is taking you and the patterned response in those situations, whether it's to erupt emotionally or grab a drink or whatever. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you have engaged your conscious mind. And so you can now choose what you're going to do in response.
It's a pattern break more than anything else, right?
Yeah.
It's funny because you said, literally we were driving here this morning, you met our dog Bear, and he hates going to the groomer. And we take him to the groomer first thing in the morning. When we take him, it's at 8 a.m. So when we get into the car this morning, he starts shaking because he thinks that we're going to the groomer, right? Because we left around 8 a.m. He starts shaking. And what's interesting when we were talking about the nervous system a minute ago, when I had Andrew Huberman on my podcast, he was talking about with PTSD, not always is it the event that is a reminder, it is the things that lead up to that event that are a reminder.
Well, those are the triggers.
Right, which is where...
So the crack of a beer.
Right. Yeah, it's not your dad hitting you.
Yeah, it's the can of beer. Right. Why? Because think about your nervous system.